YouTube, what's going on, you guys? Welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be demonstrating my 3-step fading method. So first, what we want to do is grab our trimmer. This is my soft trimmer. It's my absolute hitter by Gamma. By soft trimmer, I just mean that I don't zero gap the trimmer. Comes straight out of the box like that. We want to go from the temple to the back of the occipital bone right there. This is going to be a mid fade, almost a straight line mid fade with a slight dip towards the back. And we want to remove about a finger's length of bulk. It's super important to start at the temple peak area and connect it to the occipital bone so you guys have a clear idea of how high you guys want to take your fade. So once you guys are done removing about a finger's length of bulk, we want to go ahead and grab our Gamma Ergo clippers that are zero gapped, and I'm opening up the lever and I'm going a finger's length above and replicating the same thing on the other side. So a good tip that you guys can take as you guys work towards the back of the head, you guys want to angle and tilt your clipper with your wrist so you guys can use your clipper as best as possible. So right here with the number 1 guard lever open, we're repeating the process of going a finger's length above that guideline, because in the first step of my fading method is I'm just creating guidelines. I'm organizing my work and just getting a nice clean canvas. So once we got 2 guidelines going, we're gonna go another finger's length above that line and create another guideline. So this is a 2 guard lever open. If you guys recall, we just started with the lever open. We went to the 1 guard, the 2 guard, and we kept our lever open. Right here's the 3 guard lever open now. Once we're done setting our guidelines, the second step is going to be to figure out what method we want to use to just blend all of that bottom bulk. I'm going to do the zero method, just bald everything out with my hard trimmer, which are my babyless skeletons. This is the sharpest trimmer that I have. I just make it easier on my shaver when I use my best tool just to bald everything out. It makes everything easier. The first guideline was lever open. 1 guard lever open is the second guideline. 2 guard lever open is the third guideline. And now to bald everything at the bottom, we gave ourselves half of that finger. You want to flick out towards the top. You don't want to take your shaver all the way towards the top of the line. It's going to make it really hard for you guys to blend that first line out. That's why sometimes it's best to keep the bulk and then just bald it out all at the end. But just for this video, I wanted to just keep things as basic as possible for you guys. And I go in with my hard trimmer again because we gave ourselves half of that finger of room to flick out to. I'm using that to blend the shaver into the trimmer. Then I soften the line with our trimmer that we used to set the guidelines with, our soft trimmer. A good little side tip, I like correcting my guidelines before I start blending them. So just my lever open, make sure it's 1 finger's length of thickness. This is how your work should look like once step number 1 is complete. Next, we're going to figure out what lever method we want to use to erase every line. So we're going to go from the first guideline, erase it, second guideline, erase it, third guideline, erase it, using the close to open lever method. So I'm going to close my lever, hit the beginning of the line, put it midway, hit it midway through, and slowly just keep being patient and then open it all the way, hit the full guideline. I just worked on that back side of the head, so now I can move from the ear and go a tiny bit closer, put the lever in the middle. Now let's hit the guideline in the middle, only using about 50% of the blade. And you guys have to position your body to a point where you guys can see the clipper and you guys can see that it's actually hitting, because if you guys see it from this perspective, it's kind of hard for you guys to notice or see the blade hitting the hair. So just keep that in mind, guys, when you guys are watching these tutorials. Make sure that you guys are in real life positioning your body in the right way. What I'm doing in this step is I'm going close to open with my 1 guard. This is just gonna soften the line. So that's why I wanted to share with you guys my fading process, because it's fairly simple. You guys just have to follow the close to open lever method. On the second guideline, it's a close to open times 2. So always keep that in mind. The first guideline is just 1 close to open. The second guideline is 2 close to opens, but with 2 different guards. Right here, I'm using a 0.5 guard. I use the 1 guard to soften it, doing close to open. And follow the same rules, guys. Hit the beginning of the line when the lever's closed. Go a tiny bit higher when the lever's in the middle. And now that the lever's all the way open, I'm not going all the way up. but I'm just flicking out and looking at dark spots so I can blend it out. This is exactly how your fade is supposed to look like. Now that we've blended 2 lines out, the next step is going to be to correct our guideline. This is the 1.5 guard lever open. So now let's do close to open one more time to get rid of that line. Our lever's closed. We're baby tapping the beginning of the line, working on both sides of the head. Put it midway through, go a tiny bit higher. When you guys are using the 1.5 and the 0.5 guard, make sure you guys just stay very patient. Do this multiple times until it's blended. If you guys can't blend it out, go one number behind like I'm doing right here. It's a great tip. My lever's open and I'm hitting the beginning of the line that I was hitting with the 1.5 guard closed. So just go back a number and you guys just have to flick out and just blend out the line. So that can be applied to any step and any guideline. So my client's vertical line bars were pushed back and I just communicated with him and seen what he wanted out of this cut. He said he gets a haircut every 7 to 14 days, so he doesn't mind if I push it back because he's gonna get it clean up regardless and he likes the way it looks. So communicate with your client and just be on the same page with them. And a good tip for using your trimmer. So there's 2 things about balancing your trimmer. The number 1 thing is you want to put your middle finger, place it like above his eyebrow, and the stroking process has to be very smooth with the machine. Make sure you're not holding it super tightly. Remember, this is all about hand-eye coordination, and the more that you guys get used to this, the better that you guys will be able to cut, because at the end of the day, we all got the same tools. You know, it's just a matter of putting in those reps and just getting used to using your tools. And I love using that Andis GTX machine. It's so crispy to do lineups. Once I'm done with that, I line up the vertical line bars of his lineup, and I like shaving underneath, getting rid of any stubble. That's a good detailing tip. Then following through with my shaver right below that line and flicking out towards that imaginary line. This was the before and this is the after. A mid-skin fade tutorial step by step. That was my 3-step fading method. We set guidelines, we chose what blending method to use for the bottom bulk, and then we stuck to the close to open lever method throughout the whole haircut, working from guideline to guideline. So if you guys enjoyed this content, let me know down below in the comment section. Subscribe for more videos, and I'll catch you guys next week for more haircut videos. Peace.